Hello everybody. Back with another Blu-ray update. It's been a while, but like I said, I don't know. I'm trying to do better at doing this on a more consistent basis, but I've obviously still got a long ways to go. I tried making one of these about this particular collection that I just got here last night, but I noticed some problems with the video, so I'm going to give it another go here. I'm going to try to make this quick and try not to talk too much and ramble on about too many other things. So tell you what, let's see what happens, shall we? First up, we have the Criterion release of Rules of the Game. It's spine number 216. Maybe able to see that a little bit. So notice that this movie's always been called perhaps one of the greatest, if not the greatest movie ever made. So got lucky, found it on a third-party seller on Amazon for a really cheap price, brand new. So I went ahead and picked it up. It's usual Criterion. Nice thick book here on the inside. Pull it out for you. I love that about Criterion. I love the books. No interior art, but really gorgeous looking disc. Love that color. So yeah, so we'll be checking this out very soon and maybe talking about it in another video. During the Best Buy trade and save, I picked up a few things. One of the things I picked up was the From Dusk Till Dawn film collection. Now this includes all three From Dusk Till Dawn movies, 1, 2, and 3, as well as the full-length or feature-length documentary Full Tilt Boogie, which is about the making of the very first From Dusk Till Dawn, with Clooney and Tarantino, Salma Hayek, Harvey Keitel. So yeah, this is only $5. Like I say, this is 4 feature-length movies on one disc. So I know that the video is going to look pretty shitty, is probably the best way to put it. But again, $5. So. I picked up a steel book during that Best Buy trade and save. Even though I already have this on Blu-ray with a decent slip, went ahead and got Sucker Punch. So. Figure what the heck. It's a decent movie. Like I said, it's not great, but steelbook looks very nice. So it'll look nice on the shelf. Ended up finding a metal pack or metal book. I don't really know what the term is, but it's one I've been looking to buy for a while. Found this on eBay at a price I was willing to pay for it, because it's nothing but the case of a movie I already own. Of course, it's The Muppets. So I guess it's a Viva metal pack, I guess is the actual term. But yeah, if you've seen this, The Muppets is actually raised, sort of embossed. I don't know. Probably see that a little bit there. There's a spine. Go that way, maybe better. Back, and of course when you open it, this is what it looks like on the inside. Okay, and like I said, I've already got it actually on Blu-ray. I've got the Waka Waka Value Pack, so I'll just be taking out the Blu-ray and the DVD and sticking them in here, and I'll just leave the digital copy and all the little paperwork that, little inserts that came. I'll just leave them in this case here. So happy to have that. I love my Muppets. It's childish, but what can I say? They've always made me laugh, and I think they always will. Next, another still book that I found on eBay of a movie that I've, was surprised that I loved it as much as I did. On the whole, I'm not a big fan of this entire franchise, but 3 of the movies I think have been damn good, and this one being the best. That's the Fast and Furious 5. This is the exclusive from England, so that's why it's called Fast and Furious 5 as opposed to Fast 5, which is what it was released as in this country and a few other countries. Love this movie. Love it so much that I'm already excited about the 6th movie coming out next May. So yeah, so happy to just got lucky and found this one day. One of those buy now deals on eBay at a low price. Couldn't resist, so I had to add it. Next, picked up a Western miniseries that just recently aired on History Channel. Yeah, History Channel. The Hatfields and the McCoys. This is Kevin Costner and Bill Paxton as the lead. Hell of a cast. I love westerns. Big Costner fan, so this was a no-brainer for me to get. I also picked this up at Best Buy during the trade and save, so I got a little bit cheaper than normal. So yeah, not very many features on this. Like I said, it's just got a making of feature and a music video featuring Kevin Costner and his band Modern West. So yeah. Next is one release I've really been looking forward to for a while. I picked it up the day of. That's season 1 of Star Trek: The Next Generation. I'm a big Trek fan. Like I say, grew up on the original series. And I've seen every series, of course, every episode of all 5 series. 6 if you want to count the animated series, and of course every movie. Wasn't that big a fan of TNG during its first 2 years, but I got the 4-episode sampler that they released on this a few months back. Was really impressed with it, so I figured when this came out, and if it came out at a price I was willing to pay, I would go ahead and pick it up, and revisit that first season again. The video and audio is fantastic, and the episodes probably aren't as bad as I remember them to be. I just remember, like I say, when this debuted in '87, I think it was just the fact that I was kind of insulted that they were trying to redo Star Trek with an entirely different cast. So that may have colored my assessment of the show really during its first 2 years. So yeah, I'm happy to have it now. So really happy to have it in the collection alongside the 3 seasons of the original show, also on Blu-ray. I'm a bit of a Schwarzenegger fan, so when this came out, the mind-bending edition of Total Recall. Try to do this with a little less glare. Had to pick it up. I'd been wanting to get Total Recall for a while, but I kept reading reviews about how bad the transfer was on that original Blu-ray, so I just kept waiting and waiting, thinking that someday there would be a better edition released. And sure enough, here we are. Finally got that one, and I'm glad I waited and got it for pretty much the same price you can get that original Blu-ray. So good timing, I guess. Next, as you may or may not know, I'm not sure. I think everybody knows this by now, but they've just recently released the Forever Maryland collection on Blu-ray. Didn't pick that up because, like I said, I'm a bit of a guy. I love when a collection comes out. I like for it to look really special. So I like if they're going to be maybe a book or some sort of posters or something to go with it. The Forever Maryland was pretty plain. It's nothing but the 7 discs. So I figured I'd pass on that, and I just went for one of the movies that just was released on Blu-ray. That's also in that set, and that's 7-Year Itch. You know, you can currently pick this up for less than $9, so that was the reason I got it. And of course, this is the one that has that famous scene where her dress blows up as she's over the grate, you know, and the little air comes up and pushes her dress up, you know. Scene we've all seen hundreds of thousands of times, and many people have tried to recreate. So yeah, so I got this one. This is my first and so far only Marilyn Monroe. Well, only one of her has a star. I have All About Eve, and of course she has a supporting role in that movie. But this is the only one I have where she's the actual, you know, true star of the movie. At some point, I will try to collect more. Like I say, I've liked her work of what I've seen of it. I'm not gonna lie and say I've seen all of her movies, but the ones I have seen, I've enjoyed. Next, got a couple of digibooks. The first is one that I've been looking for a long while, and WBshop.com recently had I think it's actually still ongoing, but a sale on some of their digibooks, and this was one of the ones that they had on sale. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I think it was just a few days ago the director of this movie, Mel Stewart, actually passed away. So this is you know, he's got this as basically his lasting legacy, one of the greatest movies ever made, you know, and just Gene Wilder at his best. So yeah, I'm happy to own this, and happy that it's a digibook. You know, it's gonna look beautiful on the shelf. So like I said, I love that spine there, little golden sort of spine. So yeah, another digibook was released just in time for the Olympics, and this I actually got off Amazon pricing error. I only paid $12 for it. Like I say, just, you know, dumb luck again. And that's of course Chariots of Fire. Like I say, this is both a Blu-ray and also comes with a CD sampler, like just a few of the songs from the soundtrack, or the score, musical score. So yeah, it's been a while since I've seen this movie, but I did enjoy it, loved it. Like I say, probably about 10 years ago I took up running myself. This is one of the inspirations for me deciding to do this, to run. You know, so besides running for exercise, I occasionally run in a few races in and around here in Lexington, Kentucky. So yeah, so nothing else, you know, that's another reason I'm happy to own this movie. You know, it's a movie about, you know, something that's become one of my passions in life, like I say, which is running. So yeah, classic, true masterpiece. Glad to own it. Love this front. This is just gorgeous. It's actually, this entire cover is actually embossed. You know, the Chariots of Fire, and then this part of the torch. So yeah, nice. Next is one. It's a bit of an accidental order, but I figure I'll go ahead and keep it for now. You know, it's Gettysburg. Now this also had a companion piece to it called Gods in General, which I also own. I own the digibook of that, and really that's what I intended to get. For Gettysburg was the digibook, but like I said, just had a the WBshop.com page isn't the best thing in the world. Like I say, yeah, it's just happened to me before where I've ordered something and what I was ordering wasn't pictured or listed correctly. So, but like I say, this will do for now. It's a Blu-ray. It's Gettysburg. You know, I've got a you know, being from the South, I like things about the Civil War, you know, learning new things and seeing other people's interpretations of historical events during, you know, important battles during the Civil War. So I'll keep this, and you know, hopefully Best Buy or Amazon will have the Digibook on sale again soon, and then I'll just upgrade to that. Next, on my last update, think for anyone who saw it, I showed you that I'd picked up Scream 4. So I figured, you know, if I'm going to have Scream 4, then it probably only makes sense to go ahead and get the other movies in the series. So I went ahead and picked up the Scream 5 film set. And this set includes Scream, Scream 2, and Scream 3. And then the other two films in the set are two feature-length documentaries. You have Still Screaming, the Ultimate Scary Movie Retrospective, and you have Scream, the Inside Story. Scream, the Inside Story I've seen. Like I said, it's just a documentary about the first movie. It was they showed it on the Bio channel right around the time that Scream 4 hit theaters. It's a pretty good documentary. I really enjoyed it. Found out some new stuff about the first movie that I didn't even know. So yeah, so that's another reason I'm looking forward to watching Still Screaming, and still, you know, hoping more than likely against hope that Screams 5 and 6 will get made. But like I say, I'm very doubtful. Oh well. And the last Blu-ray pickup is the movie Ran by Akira Kurosawa. This is the Studio Canal release. This was at one time available from Criterion on DVD, but at this time it's out of stock. Not sure if they'll ever do a Blu-ray release of it. Probably not, I'm thinking. So I went ahead and jumped on this when I saw it on Amazon one day. And let's see, this looks to be a nice set. Open it up for you. So this is what we look like on the inside. It's another one of those horrible eco-friendly cases, but it comes with a nice little book, you know, so it makes it really sort of a Criterion light release, you know. But yeah, like I said, it's a nice little book that talks, you know, little facts about the movie. So that's still not bad. Nice little something to add to the collection. I'm trying to get as much Kurosawa as I possibly can in my collection. Man was a true master of cinema. And with that, is a nice little segue. Besides movies, I also picked up a couple of film-related books, and one of them is Akira Kurosawa, the Master of Cinema. This is a book that was released around the time of his 100th, you know, to celebrate his 100th birthday. So yeah, it's got a couple little quotes from Francis Ford Coppola and Martin Scorsese. Here's Coppola. Akira Kurosawa is one of the greatest directors ever to work in the cinema. His films meant an enormous amount to me when I was starting my own career, and it's fitting that in the year of his centennial that this book by Peter Cowie should pay tribute to him. That was Francis Ford Coppola. Another quote. Every time I take a fresh look at Akira Kurosawa's images, they shock me. It's as if I'm experiencing them again for the first time. There's a graphic, gestural power that can never become familiar. You can even feel it in the stills and remarkable drawings and paintings in this marvelous book. Martin Scorsese. Scorsese also did the foreword for this book. As you can see, this book is still sealed. I got it at a place called Half Price Books. As you see there, alongside, has a sticker that says $19.99. List price is $75. I had a 50% coupon, so I actually only paid $10 for this. So it's a true steal. And the last, somewhat, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's somewhat film related, because the movies are covered in this, and that is X-Men, the characters and their universe. And like I say, this book, it covers everything about the X-Men, from the comics, the cartoons, and like I said, the movies as well. It goes up to right before X-Men First Class went into actual production. You know, it talks about the movie, and talks about all the people who had been cast in it. And so yeah, so it's somewhat current. And I'm going to show you some pictures. These pics are from X-Men 3. Probably, well, not probably, definitely the worst of the X-Men movies. Some more from just that movie alone. So yeah, so you got things like that. Like I said, it's a very big book. Like I said, it does talk about the comic books as well. This thing even talks about all the action figures that have been released, some of which I actually own, because I also collect a lot of action figures, you know, Marvel, DC, Star Trek. So yeah, I'm a very big nerd, I admit it. But yeah, that's it for this little haul. Again, I've said this in the past, I'll say it again. I'm going to try to do these on a more consistent basis. You know, this week is coming up, and there are some big releases coming out. You know, we've got the Jaws, Universal 100th anniversary Blu-ray release of Jaws. Of course, I'll be picking up, hopefully, the Digibook from Best Buy. It's the Best Buy exclusive. So I got that. We've got the Raid Redemption, Hunger Games, and a few more things. So when I get those, I'm gonna try as soon as I get them. I'm gonna try to go ahead and upload a video. But as usual, I want to thank everybody who watches this. Please feel free to leave comments. You can like or dislike. You know, if you like, you know, please, you're welcome to subscribe to this channel as well. Again, just thank you for taking the time to watch this, and take care.